Imagine this. You're 45 years old, scrolling through social media, and you see people living the life you once dreamed of. But it feels out of reach now. Why? Because of a few financial missteps made in your 20s and 30s. These small decisions have compounded into big consequences. But what if you could avoid these mistakes? What if you could set yourself up for financial freedom and wealth in a way that most people only dream of? In today's video, we'll uncover the 5 biggest financial mistakes people make in their 20s, 30s, and 40s, and how you can avoid them. Buckle up, because some of these might surprise you. Mistake number 1, ignoring the power of investing early. Now, if you're in your 20s, you might be thinking, investing? Isn't that something I'll worry about later once I'm settled? Wrong. Waiting is one of the biggest traps you can fall into. Think about this. If you start investing $200 a month at age 25 with a modest 7% return, by the time you're 65, you'll have over $500,000. But if you wait until 35, you'd have just half of that. Scary, right? So, the next time you're tempted to think, I'll start next year, ask yourself, are you okay giving up $500,000 for that delay? But investing isn't the only way to build wealth early on. Let's look at another mistake that too many people don't even realize they're making. Mistake number 2, lifestyle inflation, also known as keeping up with the Joneses. This one creeps up on you slowly. You get a raise, you're making more money, so you start spending more. New car, nicer apartment, more expensive nights out. All of a sudden, your expenses match your income. But here's the truth. If you fall into this habit now, it can be incredibly difficult to break later. You might be making $80,000 a year, but if you're spending $80,000 a year, guess what? You're still broke. Or as I like to say, you're just a high-income, high-expense, pretend rich person. Now, if you're still with me, you're probably thinking, all right, so I should start investing and avoid spending too much on lifestyle upgrades. What else could I be doing wrong? Trust me, there's more to watch out for. Let's talk about a big one. Relying on debt to cover expenses. Student loans, credit cards, car loans. Borrowing can feel like a quick solution, but it can quickly snowball into a major problem. By your 30s and 40s, these monthly payments could be eating away at your income and blocking any chance at real financial freedom. And remember, debt isn't just about what you owe, it's about what you're giving up. That $300 car payment each month could have been invested or saved, helping you reach a real financial milestone. So here's a question. When was the last time you checked the interest rate on your credit cards? Or are you too afraid to look? So, while debt can act like a silent thief, there's another mistake that's almost like a visible, flashing neon sign, but people still miss it. Mistake number 4, neglecting emergency savings. I know, everyone talks about this. But let's be real. Emergencies don't announce themselves. The car breaks down, you lose a job, or heaven forbid, a medical emergency hits. Without a financial cushion, these moments can throw you into a pit of debt, forcing you to take high-interest loans or max out credit cards. Imagine having 3 to 6 months of expenses just sitting there, ready for you. That peace of mind is worth so much more than any splurge purchase could ever give you. And no, by savings, I don't mean just relying on your credit card. That's not a savings account. That's a future debt bomb. So, you're avoiding lifestyle inflation, you're not relying on debt, and you have emergency savings. Almost there. But this last mistake is a big one, and it's something a lot of people don't even think about until it's too late. Finally, mistake number 5, failing to plan for retirement. Yes, even if you're in your 20s, retirement planning should be on your radar. Social Security alone won't cut it, and pensions are almost non-existent for most of us. Here's the reality. If you're not actively putting money away into a retirement account, like a 401k or IRA, you're sacrificing your future freedom. And the longer you delay, the more you'll have to save just to catch up. Retirement might seem a long way off, but here's the brutal truth. Time flies. And every year you put off retirement savings makes your journey to wealth that much harder. If you knew the true power of compounding, you'd start saving today. And speaking of compounding, so there you have it. The top 5 financial mistakes to avoid in your 20s, 30s, and 40s. Each of these mistakes can hold you back from a life of financial freedom, but by avoiding them, you're already miles ahead. Remember, the key isn't just avoiding mistakes, it's using your money as a tool for long-term growth. Speaking of which, if you're curious about how compounding works and how it can supercharge your wealth, I've got a video just for you. Click on the end screen now to learn all about the power of compounding and how it can change your financial future. Don't wait. Your future self will thank you. Ready to unlock the true potential of compounding? Click here to learn more.